we're not going to disrespect the Hulkster. That's what we're not going to do. Is we're not going to be disrespecting Hulk Hogan, the Hulkster.
Listen, I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to.
Call me crazy, bro, but I did not know that Hulk Hogan dying was going to make all of this controversy, all of this drama, man. I just didn't know. Michael Rappaport and Joey Swole. You might not know the second name, but I know you know who Michael Rappaport is. We all know who he is, right? For some people, he don't sit well. He don't sit well with a lot of black people in the community. With others, that he invited to the cookout. He came out and said that, you know, he gave his respects and condolences to Hogan, and then he started glossing over, you know, he started going over his career and, you know, everything that a super fan, just a regular fan of wrestling, a childhood fan of Hulk Hogan, whatever, that's what you're going to do, right? No doubt he's a legend inside the ring. Michael Rappaport took the time out to call out people who he felt was disrespecting Hulk Hogan after passing because Hulk Hogan's off the camera issues that he had with black people and, you know, the whole racist remarks from 20 plus years ago or whatever. And it just got people feeling like, man, you got a lot of people not feeling Michael Rappaport.
I don't care if he had some controversy outside of the ring. I don't care if he endorsed Donald Trump. We're talking about one of the most original characters in American popular culture history, whether you know wrestling or you're a fan of wrestling or not. We are talking about a guy who created something out of his imagination that captured the world's attention. Men, women, and children all know who Hulk Hogan is, who the great Hulk Hogan was. And like I said, I don't care about him endorsing Trump. I don't care about the stuff that was controversial. We're not going to be disrespecting the man with the 18-inch pythons, brother. We're not going to be disrespecting the Hulkster for the joy that he gave. Forget you as an adult, sicko. Forget you. Think about the kids. Think about you as a kid. Talk about a real-life superhero. When the Hulkster was out there oiled up with his goatee and his hair.
Pause.
And those 18-inch pythons, brother.
So after he felt the backlash of people not feeling him, I guess he said he go and do his research as if he didn't know about all these things back when they happened. But, hey, say he go and do his research and he figured out everything that Hulk Hogan had did off the camera, nothing in the ring. He figured out the racist stuff. He figured out all the other stuff, and now he backtracks everything he said he didn't know.
It's now my third video about Hulk Hogan, which is more videos that I did about Hulk Hogan when he was alive. When I did my now controversial Hulk Hogan video 2 hours after he passed, right after he passed, I saw all this derogatory stuff about his association with Trump. And I said in the video, what we're not going to do is disrespect somebody who brought so much joy to the world. In the video, I also said I know he was involved with some controversy and I wasn't aware of it. I'm not a Hulk Hogan super fan. I'm not a wrestling head. I'm not a Hulk Hogan documentarian. I don't know everything about the life and times of Hulk Hogan. I was not aware at the time, from the bottom of my heart, that he was involved with that racial controversy, the N-word controversy. Obviously, if I knew that at the time, I wouldn't have done the video, or my video would have been a lot different. I have openly condemned racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, all of that on this platform with my face on wax. Have you? I have spoken out loud and proud since this platform came into existence about George Floyd, I Can't Breathe, Charlottesville, LGBTQ, women's rights, every single person's rights, with my face on wax over and over again. Again, I did not know about the remarks Hulk Hogan made. I don't fact check these videos that a lot of times people love and repost. I do not fact check my videos. I mean, I even called this 24-inch pythons 18-inch pythons. I clearly didn't do any research. Bottom line, I never want to offend anybody. I never want to tell people what they should or shouldn't be upset about. That's my truth, my whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
For me, watching the video, I just kind of chuckle because you jump out the window so fast without doing research. I doubt it. I just highly doubt it. Somebody who's quote unquote tapped in and always been tapped in with the black community, you take your time out to say all the things that you quote unquote do for the black community, or everything that you call out and stuff like this. It's just hard for me to believe that you didn't know about this right here, being a fan of Hulk Hogan. I mean, it's been out for a long time, right? So of course you had to backtrack. It just feel like you backtrack because social media got on your ass. And it is what it is, you know? In the first video, he was trying to tell people how to feel about Hulk Hogan, or what not to do with Hulk Hogan, right? And then in the next video, you say you're not somebody who's trying to tell anybody how to, like, man, pick a side, man. But you picked a side. You picked a side. That the first video was the side that you picked, man. And for me personally, I never care about Michael Rappaport. I don't see him enough to care, you know. But it's a lot of people who don't care, and he been rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and this will definitely help you rub a lot of people the wrong way. Now, Joey Swole. I know a little bit more about him because I've seen videos. You know, he's a big swole dude in the gym. He make videos. He call out people, you know, accountability man kind of, you know. I'm not too up on him, but I know he has amassed millions of followers for being a stand-up individual, for spreading positivity and, you know, calling people out on certain things. So I will give him that for sure.
First off, just because you're filming at the gym does not mean that everybody else has to stop their workout just for you, including putting their weights back. And secondly, you're a personal trainer and coach. How do you not know better than to work out directly in front of a dumbbell rack, let alone film in front of it? And if somebody does come along, you move immediately. And this man is nothing but nice to you, but you decide to put this post up anyway? Seriously? And what's even crazier is right after this, you post to advertise your challenge saying how you're so thoughtful and non-judgmental. Then immediately after that, you post this, making fun of this man on a treadmill. How thoughtful and non-judgmental.
He took the same approach as Michael Rappaport and called out people who he felt like was disrespecting Hulk Hogan as well. People telling him not to say R.I.P. to the man, which might be a little extra. I can't just tell you to not say R.I.P. to somebody who you probably grew up, you know what I'm saying, looking at like a icon or whatever. I can't tell you what to do like that. But he used the word colored folk in his call out, saying, well, you better call out the colored folk who, you know, and that right there, that vocabulary right there, that's going to always get you in trouble for sure.
Listen, I can post Hulk Hogan if I want to. Just because somebody makes a mistake in their life doesn't mean that they haven't done good things. I don't know what he did, and he said something 20 years ago and apologized for it. If you're going to attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well.
Him probably more than Michael Rappaport. He was a super fan. You could tell. He got the same type of python, 34-inch or however many inches pythons. He got the same ones as Hulk Hogan. You could tell. He even did the dress up like Hulk Hogan when he died to emulate, you know. So this is a super fan speaking.
Okay, the man was nice to me. He made a mistake. I'm not God. People make mistakes in life. If you got a problem with that, look at yourself. There's not one single person in here that hasn't made a mistake in their life.
For one, it's like, why do you even have, like, why is this in your vocabulary? I ain't even gonna lie. It's just like, even have it, because I don't run into people who just have that in their vocabulary. So to use that in this situation with this man, that don't look good at all, right? We can all agree that don't look good, and look good it didn't. He caught a lot of flack for that. A lot of flack for that. Do you believe it was warranted? Me personally, I do, because I'm like I said, bro. I don't know what you. That's always going to be a red flag for me. But turn around and say person of color, you're gonna have people be like, "Oh, what's the difference?" Context is everything. He then had to spin the block just like Michael Rappaport, man. Had to spin the block because it got bad. It got real bad.
I owe my followers, my community, and all of social media an apology. A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that. Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with, that made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible, horrible things that that man has done, which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down, and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended, I am sorry. You know, my whole page, my whole brand is based on holding people accountable and doing better. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't hold myself to the same standards. I am human, I am still growing, I am still learning, and I promise all of you, I will do better. I have nothing but love and kindness in my heart. I will continue to try to make the world a better place. And once again, to everybody, I apologize.
I chuckled at this video too, man. And I think I chuckle more at this guy because you a super fan. So you not knowing about stuff like this, I'm not buying. I'm not buying it, man. I'm not gonna buy that.
That's fair. Yeah.
So it's always funny to see these guys like backtrack on stuff that's been public knowledge. Not everybody knows about everything, right? But I'm saying if you are somebody who's devoted to all that, like how he was, ain't no way you didn't know about this thing here. I'm not telling you to hold it against a man. I ain't saying for nobody to hold nothing against somebody, but you have to call it what it is. I feel like he only called it what it is now because he got called out, you know? But it's a little too late. It seemed like a little too late. But when you post things like this right here, post things like this right here. All the good I've done, all the people I've helped, all for nothing. I truly hope all the people I've inspired do great things in their life and pay it forward to help others and carry on my message. But no matter how much good you do, people just wait for a reason to hate you and tear you down. You either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain. Thank you for your support. I am done. When I see people say things like, all the good I've done, all the people, like, you have to bring up everything that you've done. That's just always going to be a red flag for me.
I bought a black girl a gym membership that was being discriminated against at the gym.
I don't bring up anything that I've ever done for nobody. There's no reason to, because I'm just doing it for that person. There's no reason to bring it up. There's no reason for me to say none of that, because it's not going to change. That's not going to change the opinions of random people that you didn't help. You know what I'm saying? I always took that approach. I'm like, it's cool. You can help a million people, but if you ain't help this person, I don't think they really truly care, which is up. It's up. But as long as you're doing it out the kindness of your heart, I feel like that's all the fulfillment you need, at least for me, right? So for him just dwelling on looking for a reason to hate you or tear you down, bro, you got 8.1 million followers on TikTok. You worried about a certain amount of people to bring you down, but what about all the good you have done for the people? Like, how are you letting that outweigh? You know what I'm saying? How you letting this outweigh the good shit you did? That for me is a guilty conscience. It's a guilty conscience. You know you was wrong. You was wrong for that. And that color folk comment is just something that you're probably not gonna be able to come back from for a lot of people. And for some reason that's eating you up, but it's the internet. But he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. You know what I'm saying? All of them be back. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. I always remember that these conversations were had behind closed doors. They were never meant to be leaked out. So had them never been leaked out, had these conversations never been leaked out, How do you think the chain of events happened today? If these never leaked out, everybody today will be saying R.I.P. Hulk Hogan and how good of a dude he was, and none of the bad would have been, like, you know what I'm saying? Like none of the bad would have been shown. That's just food for thought, man. So what's done in the dark come to the light, and people gonna feel how they feel. You can't really stop people from feeling how they feel. That's how I feel about that. You let me know how you feel in the comments, man. It's your boy Jay. Stay safe, stay easy, stay protected. Get them folk out the circle that ain't supposed to be there. Easier said than done, but it's definitely doable. So do it. All right, I'm gone.